Texas is a region where traditionally we've built a lot out of concrete, but what a lot of people don't realize is that there's a lot of wood in Texas as well, particularly in East Texas. And that material, obviously, being a natural material, is going to solve a lot of sustainability goals that architects may have for their projects. It also supports the timber industry, which in East Texas is thriving, but obviously there's a lot more growth that can occur there.
We grow over 20% more wood than we harvest in Texas. So we need a market for that extra wood that we grow. Cross-laminated timber made from wood that's grown here in Texas. It not only is a new market, but it's a big market. Texas has 8 of the fastest growing cities in the nation. And with that new growth, new construction, new developments, there's so much potential there, but we don't have a cross-laminated timber manufacturer here in the state.
Texas is not shrinking. We got more people moving here every day, and we need more construction. Local manufacturing of CLT and reduced transportation costs would make it extraordinarily beneficial to the Texas market.
Because mass timber is in its infancy, we selected a supplier that was in Canada, which meant that we had to bring 23 railcar loads of timber from Canada to Houston, Texas, put it on 74 trucks and bring it to the site. And that meant that our mass timber cost, about 20% of that was represented by freight. If we had a supplier that was able to take advantage of the 13 million acres of timberland in East Texas, that freight cost would have been less than 5% of the total cost of the wood fiber that we purchased. If this takes hold and if it becomes something real, and there are mass timber manufacturers that evolve in East Texas, that we will be returning to East Texas an economic potential that hasn't been there for 2 generations at least. And that will help grow the state and grow this region of the state.
No one is more intentional or a better steward of their land than a Texas landowner. You have to have a forward mindset. The trees that you harvest are going to be replaced by trees that you probably won't get to harvest yourself. Products like cross-laminated timber made out of southern yellow pine just connects that whole building, from the tree planter to the forest landowner, to the forester, to the harvesting crew, to the folks that work in the mill. They each had a touch on that piece of wood. We are excited about having a new market like this to be able to talk about with our forest landowners. It gives them hope, you know, that they can keep their forest as forest and pass it on to their next generation. You know, having native grown Texas trees in a product that they can build a commercial building in Texas, knowing that that wood grew from Texas soil in the big open sky. You just can't be prouder of something like that.